Okay, so good morning, everybody. Let's have a look at what we've got this morning after yesterday's rally in the markets. So, excuse me, daily chart, we're right in the middle of that resistance zone, which is the retrace fibs basically against this move down that we saw into late October. So we're over and above the 618. Next key level to look at is 28.65 to 69. The 65 comes from the length of the initial move up measured off the B wave. So the A to C would have equality there. And I suspect that's where we're going. I'm tracking this A, B, C for a 3 in the larger diagonal to the upside. But it's, for Sod's law to prevail and it to come up to the 764, 786 retrace cluster, which is where that 1.0 also lies. And then we need to watch the next move down to make sure it holds a retrace fib and starts to move up. In terms of swing long positions in the sector ETFs and ETFs on the index itself, that's the setup I'm looking for. So the pullback and hit and hold a fib, use the fib hit as the stop loss. So coming down the time scales, nice simple view of it on a 4-hour chart. We're in the C wave, and within that C wave, if I come down to the 15-minute chart, so here's the B wave low into last Friday, 5 up to here for a 1, 2. I still think we're in the 3. I think the peak we saw yesterday, it hit a 188.7 fib. I think it's the 3 of 3. And what we've seen this morning is an A, B, C, either for this 4 or possibly just the A of it, and we get a B, C to a slightly lower level around the 27.94. And then we should push up to 28.24 region to finish the 3, and then pull back in a slightly deeper 4 into this upper support zone here before we then get the 5th up into this fib level. And if you look, the 2786 fib lines up with the 1.0 A to C relationship. So that's what I'm looking for to play out. I don't want to see this invalidate. If it does, that starts to give us warnings that the count is off. And so it's this region here that is critical, really 2776, anything below there, and this isn't going to play out up to the level expected. So that's what we've got this morning. Now, in terms of day trading it, so it gave us this A, B, C this morning. If you were watching on the Trading View or the Think or Swim charts, we got this move up, pulled back into the zone, momentum started to go up, the 3-minute squeeze fired long. So it gave you an opportunity. If you've taken all of that off, you've got 5 points out of it. If you've taken half off, then you have your stops just below 28.04 and see what it gives us next. But I'm looking for it to start to accelerate up in a 3 next. Bear in mind, though, this is all pre-market. The cash market has not done the same yet. So in the cash market, we haven't quite got to this 1618, which is why I think the 3 is not in the ES either. So I'm looking for a small pullback to around 28.06 this morning, which is what we've seen in futures, but not in cash yet. And then up to 28.27 in the S&P 500 cash before we get the 4.5 to finish it off.